Okay, so this is my second time recording this because I'm an idiot and I recorded over my last recording, but basically I'm just going to talk about character design and everything, not so much the characteristics like personality and whatnot, just kind of like the physical traits and aspects and stuff. So the reference that I'm working on or working off of right now is this image of a woman who's laying, I assume, dead in a casket with like flowers on her chest and stuff. And looking at that image, I sort of thought to myself, well, how can I make this look cooler than it already does? Um, so I was just like kind of thinking, it was actually a very brief thought, but I figured like, hey, it'd be really cool if this character was something evil, because when you're like in a casket, you're probably in a church or something, more than likely, I guess. I don't know, but I thought that'd be really interesting, just like to have a demon slash devil character in a church in a casket, all dead or presumed dead, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of what I was working off of, just that whole concept. I thought it was really cool. So then I just tried to decide like why he was a demon but also in a casket in a church. So I was thinking like, hey, maybe he's like a turned demon and he was like not always like that. Maybe he wasn't born that way. So with that in mind, I started to design another version of him as human. You'll see later on I really hated this drawing because it looks like ass, but you know, that's just how it is. And I kind of considered taking this bit out, but I think it's really important for beginning artists to realize that artists who have been drawing for a long time, they still mess up, they still hate a lot of their work. It's kind of inevitable, like no one's perfect ever. So I was really embarrassed putting this here, but I don't know, I want people to realize that. So off camera, only because I forgot to press record, I drew this other thing, and I'm still not super happy with it. It was a lot better than the other one. So yeah, this is the human version concept thing of the character. Very sweet looking. So I made him pretty young, and he's apparently smart, and he's Christian, as I, kind of talked about before. And so I just wanted them to link up, I guess, just to make it interesting, as I said. So now I'm just like drawing a sweet version of this character as a demon. I didn't like this one that much either, but whatever. So now I'm just like working on my final piece. And you'll see that he doesn't really look much like the previous sketches. I use Kristen Stewart as a reference, so maybe that's why, but he just looks really like smug and cool, I guess. And I kind of really liked that. I didn't really intend for him to look like this, but whatever. I also did the line art off camera just because it's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, okay, in here I'm just like figuring out his skin tone. I kind of wanted him to be like brown, so maybe he's like Hispanic or something. But yeah, so as I was saying, I think it's really important for like people to just let the characterization flow. As I said, I did not intend for him to look this way. I kind of want him to look a little bit sweeter than this, but with the whole concept of him like being Christian or Catholic or whatever, and then turning into a demon creature, I kind of like played around with the whole concept that his personality changed a little bit too. maybe for better or for worse. I don't know. Most likely for worse, but yeah. Um, Also with this coloring, I, okay, I've never done anyone with red red skin tone before, so this was very interesting and scary. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Um, and that just like kind of ties in with what I was just saying about how you just kind of need to let your characters just experiment. Honestly, that's probably the best advice I could give to someone who's trying to design a character. If your character's like moving in different directions, just go with it. Like, don't try to force one idea of a character. Just make a whole bunch and see what you like. Possibly take different aspects from each design and put them together in a way that you like. That's kind of what I did with this one. Um, I took the hair from the first concept drawing, um, just to kind of demonstrate how his personality might have changed. Because in his human form, his hair was like kind of in his face and down, and then in the sweet demon form, his hair was kind of like also down but gross. So, you know, yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. Also, if you'll notice that he's wearing a cross pendant, and I thought that was a really, really spicy idea. I really like that. So yeah, just stuff like that. Just like try to find unique things and just like tie them together, like things that you normally wouldn't see go together. I think those are like the best ideas for design, just things that you wouldn't expect. But yeah, sorry if this sucked. I put myself under a lot of pressure doing these sketches. That's why they all turned out like butt. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm really uncomfortable. Bye.